Good evening, guys. We're back with Hidden Cup after the day off yesterday. We've got 2 new challengers ready to step up to the plate on the round of 16. Hermione Granger versus Noel Gallagher. The winner of this going through to playoff against Brum. So it could be somewhat of a poison's chalice for the winner, because as we saw, Brum's 3-0 victory over Adele looked pretty convincing indeed, and I have a feeling that Brum is a very strong player. So let's see if Hermione or Noel will be up to the challenge that awaits them in the quarters. Hopefully we don't get that shit Scottish caster on. Well, fortunately there's no shit Scottish co-caster with me today. We have got Paradox. Paradox, how are you doing?
Good guy won't be here.
Yeah, good guys couldn't make it, so we've got Paradox.
You don't need to worry, Banshee. It's alright. Good guy's not going to be here. Oh god. He was setting it up for me and everything. What a guy. What a guy.
No, it's been really good. There was some good Discord banter today, and yesterday actually with Angel of the North piping up in the chat. But still, I think the gameplay and the drafts are sort of proving much more valuable than the Discord chatter. So, but
the Discord chatter is a massive red herring. That's what that is.
Yeah.
I think so you can discount a couple of people though. I don't think Chris Pelham is on Discord trolling people.
Yeah, because
I would say Ted as well.
Someone, yeah, Ted. Yeah, like you have to actually be asked to do that and inclined to do that, and I can't see Ted like taking some time out of his day to spam reacts on a message. You know what I mean?
But it would be very funny if he was. It's an ultimate meta mind game.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see, Paradox. Let's go off the drafts, because that is what we were saying. It has been a good bit more of a, when it gets down to business, it's no more spamming in Discord. We are talking about the drafts and the gameplay. So let's have a look at the drafts, and the first thing that I notice in the map draft is Noel Gallagher's attempt to play either Tunnel or Cup as their home maps, and Tunnel was randomly sniped by Hermione Granger.
So either you can really take 2 things from that. It might be a mistake from Hermione. They might have got timed out. They might not have even realised it was in his draft, in all honesty, or they were very happy with Tunnel and Cup, and they've just said, it doesn't really matter. I'll play either of them. I would be inclined to think it was the first thing there that they probably made the mistake.
Yeah. Like, do you really not have a preference between Tunnel or Cup? Like,
I can see people being like that, and maybe they don't want to give anything away.
Maybe.
You actually don't give anything away with a random snipe. Because now we're the ones that are having to take some inference from it as well. We're trying to have a bit of a guessing game.
That's a good point. And also, theoretically, your opponent prefers both of them equally, and therefore taking either one away is equally powerful if you prefer them equally as well. So yeah, maybe it does just get in their head a bit, rather than doing anything else. But what it does mean is that Noel Gallagher has got Cup as their home map from the first 2, and Islands, we haven't seen that yet in the main event. Hermione Granger, she has Land Madness, tried to go for Nomad as well, but that was sniped away, and so we have Regicide Fortress for Hermione Granger. Our game 1 map will be Fortified Clearing, another map we've not seen yet in the main event.
No, we haven't, have we?
Nope.
islands we've not seen either. Yeah, so 2 new maps potentially to get the game. Forget all 5 games. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Hermione maps wise, it's kind of similar to Toadie. Because he had Fortress and Nomad before. I think he paired it with migration was Pete's own map.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea. Chaos Pit was banned by Noel, but wasn't included in Hermione's first 2. Theoretically, Chaos Pit is a map which Hermione or Toadie might like. Sorry, Nomad, of course, was picked by Hermione, so that sort of chaotic style. I don't know. Maybe that is an indication.
And then you look at the draft as well. There is Koreans there, Jutons. He did like making towers. Interesting. It's got the new and improved Persians, Lithuanians, Byzantines. Kind of nice civs. But then it's got like Hindustanis first, and I'm kind of like, that is extremely weird.
Hindustanis first. So, where are we playing Hindustanis? The only map I can think of is Land Madness.
Yeah.
But are they really first pick worthy? This is Hermione's higher seed, so this is proper first pick as Hindustanis.
And
feels very
no
strange.
Frank ban. Magyar's was banned, and no Frank pick at all. Frank's not even picked. My goodness.
My goodness, indeed. No Huns either. Oh no, sorry, there is Huns for Noel.
Huns for Noel, which we all know who that gives vibes for.
Fanchi?
It's a Dervoy pick there.
Oh, is that a Devoy pick? Ooh.
That's a Dervoy pick for Land Madness. But it would be very like Dervoy, unlike Dervoy to pick islands, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He doesn't really enjoy it, but he would play it. I think.
But would it be? But would it be like Devoy? Sorry, would it be like Devoy to pick to play Vikings on islands?
Sounds more like a Boo thing.
Oh. Okay.
So I think the draft looks very Booish, to be honest. When I really look at it.
Damn. Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
You have like Bengalis there. You've probably got Huns as like a disguise for the Land Madness, and the islands pick itself, picking Tunnel, getting fortified clear into game 1, banning Arabia, banning Chaos Pit.
Yeah. What were the bans? Arabia, Chaos Pit. Yeah. So maybe it is Boo.
It could be. Now the funny thing is, obviously we have some insider info, and I've seen some drafts from other series, and I already had someone earmarked for Boo, and now I've seen this one, which I hadn't saw, and now I'm a little bit like, I'm not too sure now, because I've got like 2 really potential like from drafts, and this one does strike me as very much a Boo draft, not from just maps, but also civs.
Interesting. Well, it could be a Boo impersonator.
It could be a little bit of that, or Boo also maybe trying to impersonate some other people at the same time, without giving away it's completely him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Breakfast just said that as well. It's like that kind of feels like that to me as well.
Yeah, okay. Are we saying that Toadie's our best guess for Hermione?
I think then, based on the fact that he played Nomad in qualifiers, and I don't think there's a lot of people that would play Nomad, the RF pick lines up. I think it makes most sense. But the Hindustanis pick 1 is very confusing to me, so that kind of tells me like an experienced tournament player, but I don't know.
Hmm. Well, let's see if the gameplay can give us any insights. Unless you have anything else to say, let's just jump in.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, I'm at 10 seconds in game 1.
Be funny if we get into this fortified clear in game 1 and it's into Stannies. Quick predictions. I've actually not got it open, so I'm gonna say. Actually, it's kind of difficult to tell what fortified clearance it would be for Hermione. I
Lithuanians
guess it would be
shout.
Webster Teutons, yeah.
Yeah, this is Teutons.
Webster Teutons makes the most sense. The relics are really nice for Lithuanians, and you can boom a lot with Teutons.
Oh, I'll tell you something. If it is Boo, let's see Bengalis here.
Bengalis are Bohemians for sure. The Bengalis are sick on RF, so.
Okay. Yes, fair enough.
Probably
yes.
Yeah, probably Bengalis there. Okay, capture age. Just opening for me, 1 sec.
Alright.
Let's get back to 10 seconds. Oh, I can't go any further. I'm at 19 seconds. Well, you're gonna have to speed up, sorry.
No worries. Alright. 3, 2, 1, go. And here we are. Game 1 of this best of 5. Another round of 16 game. Hermione Granger against Noel Gallagher. The winner moving on to the quarterfinals against Brum. And Hermione Granger is playing in orange as the Teutons. Last pick in their draft. Interesting to pick your game 1 Civ last. And Noel Gallagher is going for Bohemians, which is their first pick in the draft. And they're playing in green.
So, like, totally different approach, right?
Yeah.
From either player in terms of, like, draft strategy. I think, as Hermione, maybe you're not too annoyed if you lose this one. Like, if you had to pick one versus pick one, and then you come out of this game and you're like, and you lose it, you're probably like, oh, wish I burned like a lower rated Civ on it.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends on like how much you're actually like how many eggs you're willing to put in this basket.
Yeah.
And I think with Teutons at the very end, you're not putting too much, but Teutons still should be a good Civ for fortified clearing.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we'll see.
Yeah, Teutons are a really strong Civ for the map. Got a very formidable boom behind them and a very strong Imperial Age. The thing I would say is, if you do lose game 1, to win the series, you have to win one of your opponent's home maps. So maybe Hermione saw the map draft and thought, actually, you know what, I quite fancy one of those, and intentionally left their game 1 Civ out because of that.
Yeah, and because of the map draft as well, where you had the random snipe, maybe that does kind of align with. I'm happy to play those 2 home maps. Actually, that's like a home map for me as well. I'm very comfortable, and I would have picked it. I would have picked it if you didn't, essentially. So,
Yeah.
There's such varied styles in the map pool that could easily happen. Of like the first 4 maps picked, maybe your opponent picks like 2 maps, you're very comfortable in both of them. You'd be happy to play them as your own home map. So.
And that's the thing with, you have no idea who your opponent is, right? So the map draft is a bit of a stab in the dark.
It leaves a lot for us to work out, or like create narratives from, and we could be totally wrong. Or we could be totally right, which we probably are.
We surely are. And this is a bit of a deviation from the beginning here. So, Hermione Granger is only now walling up, whereas Noel Gallagher has taken a much more proactive approach to the early walls, which does come at a cost to your economy. Hermione's economy will be slightly stronger because of that. You can see her resources collected are just a little bit higher, or evening up right now compared to Noel's. Ooh, but I don't like these walls.
Not from Noel, no. I actually just don't like the fact that he's walling with 2 villagers at minute 6.
Yeah.
It seems almost unnecessary. And the wall in the north, of course, just wall to the side. Imagine if he just, like, did he scout with the... No, he didn't even bother scouting. So he went farther along. You could have just, like, walked the villager up and plugged that tile of, like, 7, 8. Got a bit more idle time, of course, but would have got you a bit of more breathing space as well. You could have walled behind there and...
Yeah, like, the thing is, like, why do we build walls? We build walls to keep out pressure, right? Is there any pressure that can come in before, you know, 9 minutes? Not really. I mean, you could run a sneakville round, I suppose.
It feels unlikely in this map.
But yeah, the premature walling will cost your own economic damage as well.
Yeah, there's like wolves on the outside as well, so there's always some risk that you get caught off guard. I do like that Hermione's made this lumber camp on the right hand side of the wood, so it will be very easy to get a wall off now, and you can just send that villager back to that wood line. Like, that's something that Noel could have done in the left hand side as well. Is now going for the second lumber camp on the inside. So, Hermione's up. 25 villagers. And Noel is still gonna add 1 more, and then we'll clicking up the feudal age just behind. Ooh, and Hermione's not made a mining camp.
Oh my god, Fanji.
Fanji confirmed.
Fanji confirmed. This is 100% Fangita.
Fanji confirmed.
So, the trick here is you mine.
I mean, it's so close. It's not even worth doing it. You know, like, it is so close.
Actually, well, hang on a sec. Fanji wouldn't do this though.
Do
What's
what?
the plan here? So he's got 140 gold, 150 in the arms of this man. Is he actually just going to mine? He's just going to... Okay, right, never mind. He's going to long distance mine the 200. There's no market play.
Yeah, because we got the barracks. But it could be market though. It wouldn't be surprised if it's just going to be stable market.
Okay.
It would be. It wouldn't be like Fanji to make a mistake like this. I think we're going to be 10 gold short. And sending our villager out now. Yep. Still going to be a little bit off in the timing.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit off.
And stable blacksmith.
Yeah, I was just thinking that is an unorthodox pair, I feel. I guess it's slightly cheaper than stable market. But...
And you've not made a mining camp, so you're maybe not going to be using the market anyway. But...
True.
Yeah. What about of idle time for both players? And stable blacksmith in the north side for Noel as well, so... Obviously it's cheaper for Bohemians. Does make some sense for them to go for the blacksmith, probably more so than Teuton's. And no light cab for Teuton's once we get into Castle Age.
Yeah, I was about to say, so obviously Bohemians can research light cab and Teutons can't, which does give them a bit of an advantage in the light cav monk war, should that develop. Hermione is adding a scout cavalry of her own. Noel hasn't. Just hasn't got the food for one. Adds one now. And he is about 30 seconds behind Hermione on the way up to Castle Age. So that may or may not manifest itself in a situation where Hermione can get some early center control, but given the fact that Noel can research Light Cav, and I would say probably will research Light Cav upgrade, I think Hermione might have to go out to the wings and get the relics on the edges of the map rather than contesting in this very small space where there could be Light Cav running around from Noel.
And Noel's thinking about the relics on the outside, but the side that Noel's made the gate on, the left-hand side, the relics are actually way closer to Hermione on that side. And there's the flip side on the other one. I don't know how much vision does both players have on the outside. Like, Noel has nothing.
Noel's got none, Hermione's got some. And
Hermione has saw the relics on the right-hand side, further up towards Noel. So I think if you do know the script, you should know the other ones are down towards your corner on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
But let's see if the players are prepared. We do have Light Cav coming in from Noel now. The farms have been slammed down by Noel. You'd think Noel was actually the Teuton player. 9 farms for Teutons, 15 farms for Bohemians. What is going on?
That feels like it should be reversed.
It does, doesn't it? So odd.
Hermione's got 300 wood floating, and no second TC just yet. Surely she'll want her TC at some point. Both players on 1 TC now, and actually Hermione adding in a spearman or
and
2.
Forging.
And forging as well for these scouts, although I think the Light Cav will still be stronger. We've got 15 more HP and 2 more
One more attack.
One more attack now that forging's come in. So, not convinced about the forging tech. And here comes second TC for Hermione.
The thing with Teutons, you just want to try and snipe monks, right? You don't actually want to try and get into like these engagements, if I'm right.
Oh my
Can like a higher rated player tell me that you just want to like try and snipe monks? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
and like
so.
Just force investment.
You never can take the fight that Hermione just took up with the against Light Cav. I mean, you're just gonna lose that every day of the week. So,
and that's after investing more res and fortune as well.
Yeah, yeah. And I think Hermione.
Gonna go in.
Oh, but this is nice getting into the base.
Might get 2
really
monks.
Nice.
Gonna get 2 monks. Gotta notice this one.
Go
and get the other monk then.
She used Teutons, so
not gonna get converted very easily. If even. Second TC's up from Hermione already. Does have the res for another one. Noel's just getting the second TC up.
Yeah, I like this play from Hermione. I think she's playing to her strengths by adding TCs. She's got the res for another one, and she's got the res for way more farms. And I'd like to see her just go for that. Like, fully lean into the Teuton boom playstyle. There's nothing really that Noel's doing to threaten a boom right now. Obviously, Bohemians have a very fine boom of their own, and they've got a strong Imperial Age of their own. But I think Hermione should do her best to just get those fills pumping. And I think with the death of that Scout Cav, yeah, she's just taking her foot off the gas a bit on the Scout Cav production. Still pumping out a lot of good monk numbers, but I think she's transitioning more now into a farming economy with aims of taking back map control in Imperial Age.
And actually Hermione's done a really good job with the relics. We've got 2 already. This one is closer to hard base in the south. Already sent the monks out to the right hand side, so one is getting brought back. And potentially gonna have a go for the other one before Noel's even thought about it. 2 monks gonna die for conversions here and trying to micro the scouts in front. And good luck with that one.
That was gonna always be a very optimistic attempt at best. These 2 scouts, can they pick off that monk? Surely not. They've got a combined HP pool of 6, and down they both go. Hermione with a very, very slight villager lead. 2 or 3 vills, depending on when you look. But the res collected actually in Noel's favour right now. Neither player with wheelbarrow. I think that'd be quite important for both, given their farming economies.
Yeah, up to 33 now, so definitely would be worth the payoff. Noel is starting to notice these relics on the left-hand side, but Hermione's already grabbed one. We'll see if Noel's going to get this monk before he gets there.
I think he is. He knows that that relic's disappeared.
Nope.
Oh, and the scout just stops and turns around.
Saw the
Ooh.
two scouts. Decided to pull back. So going to be 4 relics at the very least. The monastery is right at the front of Hermione, so maybe long term you're looking at moving this monastery further back. But Hermione will be happy. That's going to be up to 4 relics.
Yep. Noel has... I think he's got enough map control to get 5 for himself.
It is good to be the king.
Which is obviously pretty good.
Noel into wheelbarrow, then instant handcart afterwards.
Okay, so that shows... Yeah, I feel like wheelbarrow... I feel like maybe it is handcart time. I'm not quite sure of the optimal handcart time, but I know that wheelbarrow are meant to get... If you've got however many farmers, 20-ish odd farmers, you're definitely going to pay off for wheelbarrow.
Did Noel get further? I didn't notice.
Let's check his villager speed. 1.11. I don't know.
No, I don't think that is the handcart fervor speed. Pretty sure
Yeah.
it's more than that.
Yeah, he did get further, says check Magus. Okay. So those vills are speedy. They do look pretty quick moving across the map.
Yeah, they are quick when you see them moving to the mill. It's like
Yeah.
abnormally quick. Very good for castle drops. You'll be there in a flash.
So it looks like both players, though, are going to be up to imp at pretty much the same time. Noel Gallagher just a few seconds behind Hermione because of the bill that popped out. But yeah, seconds in it between the two of them. And Noel still has a fairly scary force of 12 light cab out on the field right now. Most of which are on the left-hand side of Hermione's base, but there's some reinforcing troops on the right-hand side. They're just going to try and cause some disruption, but 2 monks there to fend them off. And it's yet to become super apparent what Hermione's plan is, but she has added the second barracks and has spearmen on the way to probably go for some Teuton pikes, halbs, sort of halb siege play from the Teutons, which obviously is very strong. However, Hermione is up against an excellent halb siege civ as well in the Bohemians, but also, sorry, Paradox, to finish my thought, chemistry coming in, archer range is on the way. I think Noel Gallagher is going to add some hand cannons.
Yeah. And like, Teuton halbs should trade pretty well against Bohemian halbs if that's the kind of thing you're going to go for.
Yeah.
Noel is just kind of like one step ahead, And free range is going to be pumping instantly upon getting there. Is there a university up for Hermione? Is it the front? Okay. They're going to go for a castle in the middle, but not putting it on a hill.
Not on a hill, and only 7
Kinda
villagers
weird.
building it.
It's actually a super weird place to put a castle.
Yeah, there's a lot of little nipples on this map that you can build the castle on. Only the center of it has to be on the hill for it to get the...
It doesn't even protect any resources either.
Nope. It's just a staging post to make trebs from, I guess. That's the
Yeah, it just gives
entire
you like a
purpose
push
of it.
point.
Okay,
weird.
the pikemen charging forward, trying to pick off some of these light cav. 2 siege workshops, though. They are completed, but they are kind of in the mouth of the lion here, as redemption comes in for the Teuton monks, and halb completes as well. Noel Gallagher's in a good spot, I think, but Hermione has a formidable civ to be pushing with. Halbs from Teutons and double siege workshop and a castle. This is good stuff. And actually, look at this in the queue, a siege tower. So these halbs might cause quite some problems for Noel in his own base.
Yeah, castle is going up now though. Hand cannons are coming out. We get Nitsa coming in, Siege Engineer straight away from Noel as well. And Redemption just going to try and negate the cannon play. Wonder if Hermione does try and... Was it in one of these front ones? Oh, it was in the front one. That's sloppy, actually.
Oh, but he takes his eye off it. Okay, I'm going back to it. Obviously, Hermione can't see that it's completing, but I think the siege workshop will go down. Indeed, it does. So, Hoofneacher is cancelled, the res are refunded. There's a lot of hand cannons out on the field now for Noel. And look at this, coming around the left-hand side. This could cause some problems for Hermione. Literally a thorn in her side as the forward vills from Teutons are going to build a mining camp on this gold, and I think a castle as well when they have enough stone to do so. They hit on the siege tower, halberdiers. Instantly
the
killed back
halberdiers,
cannons.
sent to their death.
I don't love
that we didn't get a treb, at least from Hermione here, to start chipping away in some of these buildings at the front, you know, the siege workshop.
Yeah, we really need a trip. We really need a trip. But Mangonel, I'm not sure, is offering a great deal. I guess we're going for Onager to kill the hand cannons. But yeah, just need some siege, and we see crenellations coming in. Okay.
We still need to get upgrades. Yep, Bodkin's coming in as well. Just watch this range pop off. We need way more than 3 villagers. If you're going to invest in crenellation, yeah, here they come. We're still only up to 7. Oh boy. And there's a treb behind here now as well. Oh, he didn't have Bog Printing, so he had Redemption before even getting Bog Printing.
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah, this is looking quite dicey now. This thing with Bohemians. Teutons are okay. Well, the castle does get crenellations. The cannons, the bombard cannons, sorry, have to run away. But obviously the trebuchet can still do damage, and the castle is hanging on by the stone, the last sort of brick in the wall, keeping that castle alive.
It is gaining at the moment. Yeah.
Oh, but he's lost stone.
Hermione's lost a stone. And after investing crenellations, that feels bad.
Yeah, that really hurts. Also, this house is going to die. This house is going to die. And the light cav are going to swarm in. 12 light cav suddenly injected into Hermione's economy. She's pop capped by 20 right now because of that castle going down, and Noel's going to help her out in that regard, killing so many bills, and she's not noticed. She has not noticed these light cav, and they are running riot in her economy. Where's Hermione focused? She's watching her buildings die at the front. Now garrisons the town centre. Bills dying left and right in her economy, and the gateway is kept open. Oh no, but the bills just feel a quick house there. Meanwhile, at the front, hand cannons are doing loads of damage against the halberdiers. Hoofneacher killing the monks, killing the bombard cannons, and the light cav. It all just became a bit too much for Hermione, and GG is called. Noel Gallagher takes game 1.
Certainly does. So Noel drawing first blood here. Hermione picking orange in game 1. Was that in tribute to her beloved husband? 1-1. Surely Hermione should be picking red. So Gryffindor for in for it.
Ah. Are you ready for the ATM?
I've already looked.
Ooh, 45. 45 is...
That's in Cappy territory. I didn't feel like a Cappy game.
No, it wasn't. I don't think it's Cappy.
And I don't think Cappy would also pick Kentistani's number 1 unless he was really trolling.
No, I think this is one of our players that we haven't seen too much of in recent history, like Toady or someone who is a bit more of an outsider to the core regulars of the Discord, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly unorthodox play, right?
Yeah. I feel like Like,
I feel like Toadie
the mid game was good
Good
though,
to be the
like for
king.
getting the relics in the end. Like actually, but the decision to like take a bad engagement against the light cast with the scouts and getting the forging was kind of weird. But still ended up with good relic numbers.
Yeah.
So like does have some good like bits and bobs here and there, you know.
Oh,
But see,
100%. Yeah, and Noel
like,
I thought was a very solid player. I don't think Hermione is a bad. I mean, there's no bad players in the main event, but I don't think Hermione is a weak player at all. Noel seemed to be a very strong player, pretty well-rounded. Didn't really give Hermione a chance, right? He had good map control, took the relics, and then went for a very strong Bohemian composition, which he was confident would do well against what he expected from the Teutons of Halb Siege, and it just worked out to perfection.
I know I said it 2 days ago, but I'm like starting to get like those Aten vibes coming back, you know.
Okay, so are we saying everyone who loses is Aten and everyone who wins is Talus?
I just have like very strong Aten Boo vibes right now.
Aten Boo! Oh, that would be such a good matchup if that's what it was.
And like I feel like a lot of things are lining up when I look at like the draft, how the play style, the games went, kind of like decisions, the APM.
Well, we have at least 2 more games to cast our eyes over, and bear in mind that was Hermione's last Civ pick, so maybe not her favourite map. She did pick Regicide Fortress, but it is quite a different map to Fortified Clearing. And that's the first Civ of Noel off the table, so I don't think Hermione will be too frustrated with that one going into game 2, and she gets to pick from any of the 4 maps: Regicide Fortress, Land Madness, Cup, or Islands for her next game.
Do we go home map here? Do we go comfort? Or do we... What do we do? I wonder.
I think you go home map. Mix it up a bit, try and get a different play style in. Islands, I would say Islands, Cup, or Land Madness, right? Just see, kick the tires a bit on a more open setting. Oh, and actually, that is what we're gonna see. Okay, let's go, Paradox. We're gonna see Land Madness, and I see the Civ, which Hermione's picked.
Well, it has to be Hindustanis, and I guess Huns from Noel.
That is indeed the matchup.
Okay, so like Huns on Lad Madness, that sounds like... That also sounds like something Boo would do to try and like distract. Like, oh, it's their boy. Oh, oh, oh. But picking Hindustanis 1 to play them in Lad Madness is kind of like... It's interesting.
Yeah, hey Hopsy, we're thinking maybe Boo might be Noel with the draft and the gameplay. Haven't got a clear picture of Hermione just yet. Paradox, I am in game at 10
I'm at 10.
seconds.
Yeah,
All
me
right.
too.
3, 2, 1, go. And game 2 begins. It is Land Madness, Hindustanis versus Huns. And Hermione Granger is 1-0 down. Noel Gallagher took the lead after a very solid performance on Fortified Clearing. And let's see what Hermione can do on an open map, which maybe is more to her liking. And she has picked Hindustanis on this one. First pick in the entire draft. Very unusual, not considered to be sort of S tier Land Madness Civ, or maybe they are. They're a very solid Civ. It's just unusual to pick them first, I think. I think Hindustanis are absolutely fine, but it's just very strange to see them picked first. S tier, but S stands for shit. Are they really shit? I don't think they're shit. They've got very strong scouts, and the camels are good, and they can also do cav archer as well. But they're not Huns, Magyars, or Franks. That's the thing. Yeah, they're good, but you don't pick them first.
Like picking them first is like extreme copium. And
Hmm.
like Fanji pointed out, Atten played. Do you remember that game where Atten played Hindustanis in the qualifiers?
Oh God, did he actually do that?
Yeah, he did
On
do
My
that.
Madness.
Uh huh.
Is this Atten then? Ooh, this is a cool lumber camp. Is that Atten lumber camp?
That is a that is that is a rage-inducing lumber camp if you're the opponent. That's what that is. You can just wall this off into the stone and just put like 2 spearmen there and stand ground. Come at me, bro.
Wait. Oh yeah. I know what you mean. Yes.
And you just
And
put them in there.
They
And,
make the wall.
yeah, and just have them like going directionally downhill as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh
But
boy.
yeah, that is super
Tiny
nice.
mess there. So, okay, I mean, obviously, Huns, they are known for their cav archers and their knights. Both of which are countered quite well by Hindustani camels, I would say. The only trouble with camels is on Land Madness, on any map really. Wait, when you win army, like map control with camels, you then find it very hard to actually convert that into eco damage, because the camels have no base PS armor, so they're very weak to town centers, and they don't actually have that much attack. It's mostly bonus damage, so they don't kill villages nearly as quickly as they do as knights do. So that is the kind of paradox of playing Hindustanis on a map like this. They're fantastic for winning the fights, and then rubbish at killing the eco.
Yeah, and to be honest, if they get into a Cav Archers war, I would be favouring Huns anyway.
Yeah, that 100%. Okay,
Noel?
Noel goes for walls in on the mill straight away with 3 vills.
Yeah, going for a tile away with the mill, just to make sure they're having no issues. I mean, with the shape of it, it kind of makes sense. It's like that L shape with the one that was sticking out at the end.
Yeah.
Like I guess you can just do the 3 palisade walls, and you do them very quickly, and you just don't need to worry about them again for a long time. On like the other side, you look at Hermione's like mill. You're having to place like twice as many really palisade walls.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're still kind of, I guess you would eventually make your way through to the other side, but you would have to like re-wall it as well. On the other, like on Noel's side, you barely even have to re-wall,
Yeah.
depending how you've shift queued it.
Yeah, I think that's a nice mill, and often I think the berries are the easiest place to send your starting scouts on Land Madness, because the woodlines tend to be quick walled in. The stony terrain makes it a bit harder, but it's definitely not impossible to hook the wood in, and we see it very commonly. But the berries are usually quite open, and often there'll be vills trying to add farms around them later on in Feed Load as well, so feels like that is the prime target. So I quite like that mill from Noel and the palisade walls with it. One thing I've noticed though, impressive stuff from Hermione, helped out by the Hindustani cheaper villager bonus. She's gone up at 19 pop. Noel Gallagher as the Huns has gone up at 20. So
What
let's
is
see if
going on,
Hermione
man?
can-
Like these 20 pop up.
Yeah, well, it's a bit trickier on Land Madness. It's a bit trickier because of the one boar, but yeah. Also, by the way, Paradox, I think this Atten game from Land Madness coming back to me. Oh yeah, I hate that stable pushing. But he pushed in loads and loads of deer, right, and got away with it. He's kind of done the same thing again, Hermione.
To a certain degree. If you remember that game is wild. Like Atten had like loads of army, like, and he had that lumber camp that was like really inefficient at the back. They ended up getting raided, and then sent more of his like army eventually forward. It was a weird game. If we have a similar one in this one, it would be an easy spot.
I hate this stable position from Hermione. I'm going to be honest.
I guess it works as like part of a wall in the long term. You already have like 2 natural walls with the wood in the front that kind of condenses your base. It's next to your mill, I guess. Noel's already going on to gold. So maybe just
he's
gonna
going
add...
archers. That's why.
Yeah,
he's going to go for some scouts and archers.
But like, not gonna go for sustained scout production. Probably just gonna add in a few. So you can maybe use the mobility and just try and snipe some villagers when they are forward. And then, bigger investment into the archers.
Well, despite being slightly later up, Noel has equal army numbers to Hermione, although Hermione does have 2 spears, whereas Noel hasn't got any, so that's going to make her defensive capabilities slightly stronger than Noel's, if the spearmen are in the right place. Indeed, as you said, actually, they're sort of hovering around that wood line right now, so I think they won't be needed there much longer with these quick walls coming down, or small walls coming down.
Horse collar.
Noel, horse collar? Ooh, yeah, horse collar for both. And Noel's adding archers now, which will do very well at raiding the wood lines if they're small walled in.
Yeah, these vills at the back are fine now. I don't even... Do you know what? Noel might even struggle to find that wood line. Like, what the hell is going on here? It's definitely not expected spawn, and we're talking about the mill earlier in the walls, and the scouts get in.
This is 2 very cheap kills for Hermione. Great job by her to get those and get out with only taking 1 hit. 3 HP lost on those scouts from the TC, so Hermione bags herself a 2 villager lead.
Do you know what else with the scouts there? They're not moving in box formation.
Ooh, what does that mean? Who would do that?
I think most people would move their scouts in box.
Ah. I don't do that. That'd be an easy spot for me. Oh, and wheelbarrow, an early wheelbarrow. Maybe it makes sense.
Look at Noel's. So Noel's scouts are in box.
Yeah.
But Hermione's just moving in a line.
What can Noel see? He hasn't scouted. He's probably quite perplexed, trying to find where Hermione's woodline is. I mean, he'll probably figure out just by process of elimination that it must be behind that one he scouted. But yeah, he'll be quite confused that he's not found it yet. These 3 archers now are going to pose some problems for Hermione, taking care of those spearmen very easily. Hermione didn't pull them away in time. And now coming for a pincer movement with the scouts, though. Gonna take out those archers. Good. Attacking from both sides at once, and the archers haven't even got time to fire off barely 2 or 3 volleys before they all die, and Hermione has a very, very nice lead in terms of the scouts on the field right now in this position, although reinforcements are coming, and Noel's going to take a fight here. I've got armor in for Hermione.
Armor, a few archers behind. No spears mixed in. Hermione had like 9 villagers idle there for like 30 seconds. Going for a second stable now. Villagers are cheaper, so that is kind of nice. Just helps sustain the food a little bit. Ooh. Just looking to make a decision here. And Noel just pulls back and is going to rotate around to the right hand side. Time Watch coming in from Hermione as well, which would just be nice.
Yep.
As you can see these little raids coming in from a bit more of a distance.
I think it's probably because she was housed, but it is a nice upgrade to get. Sees those scouts, sees those archers. Can Noel? He still can't quite see those vills on the wood line. And Noel gets in armor for his scouts now as well. Hermione has forging. No bloodlines for either player just yet, and Noel actually is just going to attack on that barracks a bit. 8 archers and 11 scouts is a pretty strong army for Noel, to be honest. I mean, Hermione can't fight this.
Not yet. We do have double leap Oh,
boy.
gonna go for it.
She's gonna go give it a go anyway. I think this is gonna turn quite ugly for her. Chasing down the archers quickly. Maybe
Why we
that's
not
a
wait for
good
bloodlines?
call.
Like, we had
Yeah,
res for bloodlines there. Why did we not wait for bloodlines?
No bloodlines really hurts actually, yeah.
That's what I was just about to say, like, not yet. I was like, surely going on to gold, your next decision is to get bloodlines, and now Hermione had the big army, and now suddenly doesn't.
Well,
And, like,
to
when
say
you
that
go...
though, Paradox, I think she did way, way better than she had a right to. I think,
Some reinforcements coming in at the end there as well, which also helps.
yeah. I feel like Hermione should have lost that fight based on numbers, but the micro was just a bit better for her. Chased down the archers, and Noel's scouts didn't really follow the scouts back, and yeah, just the control was pretty strong from Hermione, and she's now found herself in a situation where she's about to click up to the castle age. Noel's nowhere near, and he's actually investing into bloodlines, trying to extend the game into a more extended feudal age. But Hermione has other ideas.
Look at Noel's farms, man.
Yeah, they're in Narnia. They're really nicely placed, but they're so far away from the from the buildings. It's hard to protect. Nicely tiled though. Aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, and Hermione gets another villager by the looks of it. Yep. 3-0 now. And Hermione is up, and here's bloodlines coming in now. Do we keep on some scout production? We sure are. Nice. Maybe we can find some more. And Noel's not anywhere close, and Noel's gonna have to invest even more into more feudal age units.
Okay. So Noel's adding a second stable now. He's nowhere near clicking up. You'd think if you were going to go for a castle age composition as Huns, you might be very well tempted into cav archers, but until we get to castle age, if you've already teched bloodlines, I guess Noel's thinking is we might as well go heavy scout production. Although that does kind of clash with the decision to go for padded archer armor as well, so Noel's just all in on feudal, it looks like. And Hermione could do really well here with 3 stable production of camels.
Camels and light cav, I think, would be absolutely fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see some light cav. Especially when you get 5 still out on the field, but looking to just try and delay Noel's army as much as they can. They're kind of just being sent to their death at the same time. You are going to need like a little bit of buffer for the camels as well.
Yeah, I don't like the decision to dive in there.
Do we have to TC this gold ASAP, or do we try and tower it? I think we need to get it TC'd though, as this army is kind of scary.
Oh, Hermione, there's no need to fight. There's no need to fight with the lower numbers. This is quite wasteful from her. Just needs to build up a bit of a mass, because she could get overwhelmed by Noel's army. It's obviously a feudal age army versus castle age army. However, with the numbers difference, 22 to 4, you can't compete with that unless you have, you've got to get those numbers up higher than 4. But here we go, taking really nice engagement now, has weakened them from her earlier escapades. And the camels are working away now on the archers. Scouts are trying to pick off some bills for Hermione, needs to get some DC and does that very nicely. So she's doing really well here at cleaning up this army. 45 to 54 vills in the favour of Noel. But that number might shrink a little bit if Hermione can get a second TC up. And also pick off some vills for Noel, which are not able to be defended from Hermione's push.
Yeah, now the camel number's starting to look good. +2 coming in as well. We should just be going forward. And Hindustanis, they could just eat buildings.
Yeah, they can eat the buildings. Noel's still miles off Castle Age. The market will help, but there's nothing to sell.
No, like a little bit of wood. Like, if you're gonna get Castle Age, you're gonna have to, like, stopping the production, and actually Noel made his way up to 3 stables, and now you have to drop the second barracks, and yikes.
Yeah, this is looking pretty dicey now. Makes the decision to actually send these 12 scout cav forward, which I think is probably the right one. They're going to do nothing in the defense against the camels. But Hermione spots that and has the 3 stable camel production ready to go to defend that counterattack. And now the Vil numbers are evening themselves up quite nicely. Hermione ahead in Vils now, and an age up as well, has Wheelbarrow in her favor. Everything going Hermione's way right now. And I think, unless something dramatically changes for Noel when he adds a lot of spearmen, which he's trying to do, I think he is going to run out of steam in this game, and we might have our first 1-1 of the main event.
17-1 equal KD.
Oof.
Oof indeed. And Hermione's adding TCs now, or 1 TC to start with.
Yep.
I'll be feeling good. Of course, with Noel, if he does get the chance to click up the castle age, like it looks like he is. Yep, just buying some food. TC's gonna go idle, can't make any more villagers. Hermione is just gonna get a nice economy lead here. And might even kill more villagers on the way up as well, because these scouts are just gonna die to the camels, and more camels are whipping in the south, and as long as they kind of avoid these spears, they don't at the moment. Could find a couple more.
Yeah, let's just take out the spears. I quite like that. You might as well. Hindustani's obviously very good at killing the palisade walls with their camels, and I think Hermione's just crossing the T's and dotting the I's at the moment. But Noel's, to his credit, has done a very good job here, just stalling and stalling and stalling, and has managed to get halfway up the castle age. But there's a mountain to climb. How is the res collected ahead for Noel? That's what I want to know. That feels very wrong. Oh, the lumber! I'd love to see another lumber camp on this woodline for Hermione. Goodness me.
I mean, Noel did have... Like, it wasn't too long ago that Noel actually had more bells than Hermione.
Yeah.
Keeping in mind that Hermione did get up the castle age, had to like the idol from there. Has more idol in game as well, so that does amount to quite a bit. But
If
now
Noel
63
kills
to 44.
Well, if Noel kills all of Hermione's wood here, it could be quite sad for Hermione Granger. There's a ton of light cav. Oh, scout cav, sorry. Actually, they run away. The camels saw it. And Noel is in castle. Is it castle into GG? No, pikeman added. Noel's going to play on here. Noel is a resilient player. I think this is a sign of strength for Noel if he's willing to play on here. He really feels like he's a superior player to his opponent to be playing on in a situation like this, because I feel like it's completely over, but he obviously feels that he has something left in the tank, or doesn't think he should be losing to this opponent.
Well, he's certainly making him work for it. Or making Hermione work for it, sorry.
Yeah.
It's 68 bells to 39 now. The scouts get cleared up the hole for Hermione. The scouts, yep. Forward got some more kills there. 30-1 equal KD to finish off. And
yeah, like, yeah, 30-1. You're not gonna come back from that, really. I mean, that is big problems. Not a sweep indeed. 1-1. And Hermione takes a game from Noel Gallagher with the Hindustani super civ on Land Madness. Who knew?
Hermione.
And 20 more APM. Yeah, 65 APM for Hermione. Pretty solid stuff. And yeah, only just about had more res collected in the end. But
And the APM spike. As like fortified clear in the air is a cause map, so you are expecting less clicks in general, especially in a map with Land Madness. But Hermione up to the 60s this game, so Cappy definitely not confirmed.
Ah, yes. There you go. Okay, well, we said if you're gonna have game one as a bit of a throwaway, you've got to win at least one of your opponent's home maps. Hermione has proved that she can win her own home map, but let's see what Noel plays next. Because Hermione will have to win at least one of those two if she wants to win the series. And it's Cup and or Islands, or it could be Fortress that Noel goes for here. Having a look at the civs, obviously it feels like Vikings are a strong pick, or Japanese for Islands, but I think Japanese is probably the Cup civ. What are we playing on Islands if we are Hermione? Is that Koreans?
I'm not too sure. It could be, honestly, it could be Byzantines as well. But I think Byzantine's more likely on
Cup, right?
Cup, right? But where does Persians get played? See, this is my thing. I'm a little bit confused.
Oh yeah, you know what, Paradox? That is a great point. I don't really get Hermione's draft. Persians Cup, Byzantines Islands, says Devoy.
And then we don't play Koreans.
Yeah.
I guess.
Wait, hang on. So Lithuanians, the Regicide Fortress, is that good for them?
I mean, are you gonna play Koreans in RF?
No.
Doesn't seem likely, does it?
No.
Like maybe there's a world they play Lefson Cup as well, which could be potential. Persians could get played there.
Yeah,
There's
clearly. Sorry.
The four civs that are left, can all get played on a cup.
That's the thing. They all are pretty solid cup civs, and they're all quite hybrid, versatile civs in their own right. Anyway, they're all very jack of all trades civs, especially Lithuanians and Persians. I think that Hermione is obviously with the Hindustanis pick. I don't think she's one to have her civs are slightly off the radar of most people. I think she just has her own tendencies, so that's quite cool to see. You can see that Noel's draft is much more easy to follow as a spectator. It's much more meta in that regard. But Hermione has her own way of doing things, so let's see. And we'll have a look on game 3 what map is played. That will help us uncover. Ooh, it's actually going to be Regicide Fortress up next. I'm excited for that.
Hermione's map.
Hermione's map, and Noel reckons that he's got something to do on it. Obviously, he's got Bengalis in his draft.
It's going to be Bengalis. There's no way it would be anything else. Okay, yeah, there's just no way it would be anything else. So Bengalis, like, top 3 south on RF, potentially, depending on who you talk to. And that feels like a boo move as well.
Boo move? Yeah, it does. It does a bit.
But like, obviously prioritized it in the draft anyway, because picked Bengali second, you know what I mean? So, I was talking about at the beginning and the map draft and like your opponent getting maps that you're very comfortable on. That is obviously what happened for Noel. So it doesn't feel great when you can you get like a swing of momentum from Hermione's point of view, and then Noel's like, okay, let's just play your other home map. And that was hopefully a map that Hermione was going to use as like a. It could be a crucial map, especially the fact that Hermione lost game 1. Also on a very kind of similar map. So,
Yeah, interesting. Actually, Noel is just David. So Starboy, interesting.
Would Dave lose on Lad Madness to Atom? Would he pick Fortress?
I mean, that's the thing. Is Hermione actually Atten? Because I can't see. Dave Hunn is obviously last year's finalist, invited to the tournament, an extremely strong player, and lost on Land Madness to somebody who picked Hindustani's first pick, which is an unorthodox thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Hermione isn't Atten, it's Toady. Well, let's see. Let's see how this.
In fairness, Anton would also pick Nomad as a home map.
Yes, he would. He would indeed. The random snipe's a bit weird. Yeah.
I think that's just a mistake.
Yeah, maybe it's just a mistake. Yeah. Anyway, but Aston did have practice with the draft, of course, coming through the qualies. But so did Toady. I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. I'm at 10 seconds in this one.
Dave does make sense as well, though. Okay, I'm paused at 10 as well.
I put Hermione in the reds for Gryffindor and for breakfast's colour blindness. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. And here we are. Game 3. Series is tied up at 1-1 for the first time in this main event. We've had a tied series after 2 games, and Regicide Fortress is actually Hermione's home map. So let's see if Hermione can outwit Noel here. Obviously, the Bengalis are very, very strong civ for Regicide Fortress. A very good boom behind them. And the monks are very strong, which is something which might be particularly upsetting for Lithuanians, who I assume are going to want to play Lightus.
Okay, we need to get into the real details here. Noel wearing the scout, wearing the boar with the scout. Hermione is wearing the boar with the Vil.
Oh my god!
If that is not this, come on. If I was thinking that in a couple of days ago, I'm even more so thinking that now. There's only a few players that would wear the boar with a villager, I think.
That is that's inexperience on RF, is what it is, right?
I don't think it's inexperience. It's not being confident in doing it.
But is it just to be confident to that? It's just like you're laming, but you're just doing it a very short distance.
If you're not good at laming, you're not going to be very confident doing that.
I guess so. Hermione Lewis confirmed. Ooh.
Why
did Scout HP this? Because when you lose the Scout HP, you just chuck it in this castle and heal it up again. So
yeah,
it doesn't matter at all. You got your king to actually scout with. There's no downside really.
We've not saw Lewis yet because nobody's got up to like 150 villagers. That's like a Lewis trademark.
Oh, is that the tell? Okay, watch out for that. King from Noel obviously is very quick, but might be spotted by the scout here. From Hermione, might get a cheeky tap in on that one, or never mind, they're just passing. Ships passing in the night. And let's see the up times here. So Noel Gallagher has gone up at 22 population, 20 vills in the scout. Hermione is going up 1 population earlier. Question is, can either player transition this into a very quick castle age? Not known just yet. Looks like Noel, I think, wanted to play RF because
Noel's dropping more farms.
Seeded, yeah. The Ville's perfectly popping off onto the farms. Noel's played this map before. Very nice.
See Hermione's villagers. Oh, Hermione's villagers collide though, and they all go to the one farm.
They all go to the one farm. Look at the difference in that. That is so funny how different that is. And Noel had the farms pre-seeded; they are all ready to go. It's just chalk and cheese. So interesting stuff there. And Hermione obviously doesn't know who she's up against, so maybe that would have come into her thinking if she didn't want to play RF against that player.
Tell me this isn't Atten. Tell me, Walt.
Aye, stable. Is that what you do?
Tell me it's not Atten. Stable makes sense. You have the barracks enemy at the beginning of the game.
True. Yep.
So you're only going to make it 2 buildings. So we can see Hermione's going for the market in the back. I like that. And actually, Noel's going to go for blacksmith.
Okay, I mean, he's confident in his build, I guess. Doesn't need to buy or sell anything.
Gonna get extra villagers as well, remember, with Bengalis. So we're gonna be, we should be +4 once we get to Castle Age. But when Hermione does eventually add down 2C, he's gonna have extra food pop into your res bank as well, which is kind of nice. Left booming
Hermione
is
add
solid.
Scouts.
Doesn't quite have the food.
Well, she does now. And Noel's already on the way. Hermione actually goes for horse collar instead. Okay, and a scout now. Yeah, Noel's doing a better job of the scout production. Yeah, look at this. 2 scouts on the field and 1 more on the way. Hermione's just adding her second one now. And let's have a look at the scouting for both players. Presumably it's pretty good coverage. Noel can see 3 relics. Hermione can see... Oh, Hermione's done the best job of scouting. She can see 4. And the other one is right in the far eastern corner of the map, which is fair enough not having found just yet, but Noel has the 2 scouts clumped together, which might make it easier for him to take a fight against Hermione's scouts. And
Indeed.
Hermione will be up slightly quicker and can click light cav straight away, but Noel has a bigger wood bank if he wants to go for a 2 or 3 TC boom. Is on the cards for him.
Yeah, just opening 1 TC is usually what you see. It'll be TC and Monastery.
Okay.
And yeah, I did for TC a little bit later. So you can see Monastery coming up for both. And yeah, TC from Noel on the left-hand side.
Yep.
But the wood count not as good for Hermione. And that second TC is going to be a little bit delayed. We can see 27 vills to 22 already. It's just going to skyrocket for Bengalis here, and this is why Bengalis are such a preferred civ on RF, and then we're going to have the monks with the extra armor now. Can be tricky to play against. We got White Camp coming in from Hermione.
Yep.
5 versus 3 on the field. Okay. See if we split up numbers, we get 1 on the left-hand side, therefore on the right. So covering the 2 relics are kind of closest to Noel. And there's a second TC from Hermione on the gold as well. Okay.
Yeah, so Fanji in the chat makes a good point. You need forging if you want to take out the Bengali monks. What is it, like in however many hits? You need 1 fewer hit if you get forging or something.
It means like in a 1v1 though, right?
In a 1v1, yes, in a 1v1. So it's for patrolling around, no worries at all.
And again, no box formation.
Again, yeah, you're absolutely right. Noel is someone who uses box formation on their scouts religiously. Hermione just keeps them in a line. And actually, Hermione might find a pick here on the monk of Noel, who's not paying attention, and that monk goes down, and the second monk is going to go down as well. There's no way. Yikes. Yikes.
Easy clap. Third TC coming up from Noel now. Hermione's got that second one running. Equal upgrades are a little bit different. No bow saw yet from Hermione. I wonder when she's going to remember it.
Yeah. The relics are especially important for this game because we have Lithuanians on the field, and obviously, if we do see Lytus, from Hermione. Those will benefit from up to +4 attack with the relic bonus. It looks like she's going to get at least 3 for herself, but probably 4. So I think she'll be very happy with how this is going. The only thing is, she has to pay attention to her economy. As you say, no bow saw in for Hermione, and she's a TC down on Noel as well. Doing a great job with the fighting for the monks and scouts. She's doing really, really well in that regard. Constantly causing Noel to lose monks on the field. She might get all 5 relics, to be honest, Paradox.
Done 2 already. Is there a monk going out to the right-hand side yet? No, okay, there's another one coming on. So it looks like 3. And honestly, Lithuanians to 3 relics is going to be really strong. There's a 4 TC coming up from mine as well. Only 8 bells behind at the moment. Idle TC time for both is actually really good. It's only just starting to creep up now. It's actually funny that both of them have their idle TC creeping up at the exact same time.
Yeah, it just goes to show, like, I mean, everyone's different, but everyone's all the same as well, right? Like, the builds are so in tune that you do sort of slip out of the rhythm at the same times. And Hermione now goes for Wheelbarrow and Loom as well. Okay. Loom's interesting to me. She's building some walls here, so I guess doesn't want to have the Vil die very quickly.
I do like the wall off Hermione on the left-hand side, just securing that bit of eco. There's like wood, there's gold, farming space here. Obviously, as the game goes on, it's very important to secure the map on RF, because there is going to be gold and stone that you're going to need.
Yep.
And
the
there's not really a very safe gold for Noel to kind of extend his eco to. There's one in the bag, perhaps, but you're going to have to go for quite a big wall off. Perhaps right across the map. In the other direction, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, heavy plow now from Hermione.
I think that's okay, right?
I think the timing of it's just weird.
Well, it's neither. It's not early and it's not later. It's a bit in the middle. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, like the farms. These farms around the initial TC still got a bit to go on them. Over 100 food. Obviously, the other farms are all going to be a lot more, like 200. We just placed a lot of farms around that TC on the left-hand side as well. Then got a heavy plow after. Like, it is an expensive tech.
The thing is, for Hermione, she's not really close to Imp at all, and Noel's already on the way. But she is playing as Lithuanians with 5 relics, which I think going into this game would be a dream for her. So she's got to be happy with how that panned out. And I think she'll expect that Bengalis have a bigger boom. But the game plan now for Lithuanians is, well, I've got 5 relics, I've got the lightest, a very, very powerful unit. I don't care that you've got a stronger boom. Eventually we're going to even out, and I think I've got the better post-imp Civ, which may or may not be true. Bengalis have a very strong imp themselves, but I mean, Lithuanian skirms are really nice to deal with Ellie archers, maybe, or skirm, Lightis, you know, that feels like a good combination.
Depends if they can get there.
If they can
And
get
at
there,
the moment,
yes.
At the moment, I'm not filled with complete confidence. Okay, there's the amp timing coming in now, so maybe we'll start trickling in some units from the castle. The king is in the castle, by the way, so if you want to make a unique unit, there is, you can end up with some egg in your face doing this. You just, like, ungarrison the castle, and the king could come forward.
Yeah.
Which Dave, sorry, I mean, Noel on the other side is not done.
If you click a gather point outside, and you're just building units outside,
you have to ungarrison.
You have to actually click ungarrison.
Yeah, if you ungarrison, it'll come out with the king, just like how if you ungarrison a tower, the archers, the spearmen, and the villagers will come out at the same time, do the same thing.
Oh, okay. The king actually runs away now. He's going to go back to the back of the base. So he's aware of that one. Hermione sees the forward castle from Noel, and she just has to wait patiently for a minute to get up to Imp herself to try and treb that one back. Noel, obviously in Imperial Age himself, and is going to start trebbing himself right away. So it's Hal Treb from Noel, which again is a very strong combination. Hermione has to do something to stop that. She's going to add 3 ranges behind this, I guess, to make skirmishers. Got fletching coming in, masonry. I'd love to see masonry. Get the masonry emotes in the chat. And Lightus as well. Padded Archer Armor Bogdan Arrow, yeah. It's going to be Skirmitis.
King in a TC is also very weird. And it would be Skirmitis if Hermione could make units. Very, very badly housed right now.
Oh, she is indeed. And the castle going down won't help that. She can run in and pick off those trebs and run out again. Halbs are not quite in position. Okay, here come the Halbs. Just getting ready to fend off those attackers. The wall is deleted or targeted down. I didn't quite see, but anyway, there's a hole in the
I think
wall
that was
now.
deleted. Oh no, the castle is doing it.
Oh, okay, the castle's
The
open.
castle fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like it was being deleted. I was like, huh? No, it was just the castle fire.
Okay, the units pop out. The castle about to go down. 4 trebuchets is nigh on impossible to repair again. Elite Skirm comes in, Bracer and Chemistry, so Hermione's all in on these skirms to fend off the halberdiers, but is it going to be enough? She's pop-capped at 95, building houses frantically, whereas Noel has 150 pop, and...
Also housed, and has been for a while.
Yeah, but much healthier right now, and Hermione hasn't got the tower shields upgrade. Because of the castle going down. This is looking really dicey for her. The Trebs are just setting up shop in a great position. Obviously the monastery is in range, in the sort of realms of possibility. An elite battle elephant tech for Noel, my goodness me.
Caesar ranges, thinking about it. The Trebs are kind of blocking the other Trebs from coming in the left hand side here. So I don't know if Noel's gonna. Oh god, the Trebs underneath the tower's gonna go down, but yeah, he's gonna try and brutalize his way for the gate here as well. A lot of skirms being pumped out.
Yeah.
Latest are there as well, but they don't have. They have the relics. They don't have any other upgrades. Just kill the monastery.
Oh yeah, they haven't even got the first cavalry armor, let alone the attack upgrades. And that Vil is half-heartedly repairing that monastery. 1 Vil repairing. There's 5 relics in there, which is a significant gold and attack boost for the Lightus. Hermione is kind of making some army. She's making bomber cannons now from a siege workshop, which she has at the... Where is the siege workshop? Oh, I see it. Left-hand side near her monastery. Got 2 bomber cannons out of that one so far, so that's quite good. And she has an army of Lightus. She's just soaking as much pressure as she can. I'd like to see this actually. And now she feels she has to repel the attack. And here we go. Lightus moving forward. The Howls are going to try and pick them off. Hermione, you've got to be careful. Lightus takes big losses on Lightus. And that leaves her in a very exposed position because the elite battle elephants charging in are going to clean these skirms up like it's nothing. Monks can get some conversions in. One elephant switches colors and goes over to Hermione's side. The Trebs being attacked down by the Trebs from Hermione. 5 relics still sitting in no man's land. And these elephants now are cleaning house. The light is obviously very strong against elephants because they have so much armor. Well, actually, they don't have that much armor. They've got 1 base melee armor. Ooh. But anyway, I think Lightus do a good job. They're much better job than the skirms would do anyway. And the monks have all died as well, so Hermione now is quite exposed. This castle, though, is going to protect a bit of her economy and hopefully give some respite to the bombard cannons, but the elephants do not care. They are charging through, intent on causing absolute havoc in Hermione's face, and GG is called by Hermione. Maybe slightly early, but maybe not. I think it was just over.
you ain't stopping the elite battle. I think you're maybe underrating the elite battle elephant there.
Yeah.
You ain't stopping them.
Oof. 2-1 to Noel there.
And Hermione did a really good job to get 5 relics, but at what cost?
At what cost? Yeah, she just could not keep up with the economy. And the imp time. Let's look at the imp time, because it just wasn't on the same level as Noel Gallagher's there, right? 22:39, and Hermione got 24:41. So, you know, that's a clear 2 minutes, 2 minutes and 2 seconds ahead, that is tough. I mean, who cares if you've got 5 relics? That is really tough. The Halves, Trebs, really solid opening, and the elephants behind is just the finishing cherry on top.
Yeah, and APMs for both of them in the 40s this game.
It's a bit of a slower map, right? You're just looking at your economy. I can see why Land Madness brings out the speed within you. But yeah, not the highest for sure. We saw very, very high APMs for Brum versus Adele. But yeah, clearly not the highest this one. Okay. So
I think 8 versus Breakfast, man. Breakfast is faster than 40 APM. Come on.
I don't really know what Brecky would play like, but I don't think it's Brecky.
Breakfast.
I think this is a very strong player. If it is Dave, taking a game off Dave on Land Madness is, I would say, no mean feat. And I'm no disrespect to Breakfast, but I feel like Breakfast wouldn't.
Cappy isn't picking. Yeah, Cappy's not picking. And honestly, I'm very convinced it's Athen now. I just need to work out who was trying to impersonate Athen in the other series, which is going to be another thing.
Okay, I feel that I said no disrespect to Breakfast and then just completely slammed him, so I'm sorry, Breakfast. You think it's Athen?
I'm actually like fairly sure it was Athen.
Is Athen beating Dave on Land Madness?
I can see it happening, yes.
What? Oh, was that you? I asked if you were okay. Oh no, those are good times. Dave 8-0 from Matt Boy. Ah, okay. Well, this is the thing, right? Because obviously, as the tournament progresses, the players will have an idea about who each other are and draft accordingly. As this is the first game, completely no idea who each other are. The map draft is very interesting because it does expose that raw, unknown sort of just complete darkness about that. So, and it's quite telling that Noel has picked Game 3 to be played on Regicide Fortress. So clearly is a closed map favouriter.
Maybe Noel's Cappy.
Noel could be Cappy, to be honest. Noel could be Cappy. Banning Arabia and Chaos Bit, I would see that as being Cappy.
And picking islands as well.
Yes, that's very true. And very meta play, you know. Pretty solid stuff.
Like, we could argue the Lad Madness game was maybe too much APM, but we did see Cappy. We'd have to check the VOD on that one. What his APM was versus Good Guy, but nearly lost that game as well.
What do we see? Oh, the
Need to go back.
The question is, Paradox. If Atten is Hermione, who is Liam Gallagher?
Someone on the wind up.
Someone on the wind up?
Someone's on the wind up. Tell me I'm wrong. There's no way someone's not on the wind up. I feel like this is way more Atten when you look at the the single line of the scouts moving, the villager picking up the boar in RF. I'm looking at the nitty gritty stuff and not people just. Anyone can make walls and pretend to be a wall or do Atten things, you know. Put a lumber camp that's not very good. But not everyone can do the Atten things, the true Atten things that would really separate him from the rest of the crowd.
Well, oh yeah, the CA opening the walls. I mean, that was. But is that Atten isn't just a synonym for bad? Like.
No, that's not. That's
yeah.
Oh, whoa. That's well. Why would you even say that?
Okay.
Why would you even say that?
What are the true Atten things? That's what Atten wants to know.
I just said. The scouts not moving around properly.
The line
And the line.
of the scouts, yeah.
Not wearing with the scout and RF, even though you pick that as a home map. Picking Nomad as a home map and having it sniped. Picking Hindustani's first to play it in Lad Madness, which you've done before. Tell me it's not.
That's true. That's true. He did do that. He did play Hindustanis on Land Madness. First pick it. Would Atten first pick Hindustanis to play on Land Madness?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Copium drafter.
First picking Hindustanis for Land Madness. Like, you're never gonna have that drafted against you. Atten's got lots of tournament experience. I don't think he would do that. I think his drafting is better than that. I think it's someone with not as much tournament experience.
We have the draft right in front of us, well, clearly not.
Well, let's see. We're going to go into game 4 now. And Hermione has to play one of Noel's home maps. So it will either be Cup or Islands. The thing is for Noel, if he's someone who doesn't like open maps as much, Cup is one that could be a stumbling block.
Could well be. I think it's going to be Cup. Let me just look at the rec. Okay, it is going to be Cup. Quick guesses on Civs then, because this is the one that we had for Hermione's. Like, we didn't know which Civ it was going to be.
Byzantines, Japanese.
Okay, you got 1 for 2. It's going to be Persians and the new and improved Persians.
Ooh. Well, it is a fixed position start, so I want to see the douche.
Oh god. Oh jeez. Oh.
You don't ready for the douche.
And do you know what? You could do it on the map because there's like
It is good.
there's
to
nothing
be the
out in the front of
king.
the TC. It's also not very far to walk.
Exactly.
But like your Civ's still very strong and you're on like a hybrid map.
Yeah.
So
no need to do it, but you could do it. You could do it if you really want to.
Depends how desperate you are.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Let's find out. Cheers, Saltu, for the sub. Paradox, and pause at 10 seconds.
Me too.
3, 2, 1, go. And Hermione, she's 2-1 down. Noel is 2-1 up with that very nice win on Regicide Fortress, Hermione's home map. Thanks, Fanji, for pinning that one. And now we go to Cup, which is technically Noel's home map, but we did see Hermione's win in this series come on Land Madness, which is similar to Cup in some regards, given that it's open. But Noel has some plans. Yeah, Noel has some other plans here. Oh, hi, Boo! So this is the first bit of in-game chat we've seen between the players. And hi, Boo, says Hermione Granger. That's an Atten thing to say.
That is such an Atten thing to say.
That is a very, very Atten thing to say. It could be Atten versus Boo. Obviously, old friends. Know each other very well.
I don't know if it is Boo, though. That is the vibes I got from the beginning. Like, when I seen the map draft and stuff, and I still maybe think there's a little bit of that. The way micro is good. And Hermione. Why did I just left there? What happened?
Well, she had great micro, then gave up on that. I hope she wasn't stopping to type a message. Because she just didn't do anything. Noel is stony silent. Oh, Hermione can pick off some sheep, though. The scout obviously very, very low HP, so can't
kill them. Kill them.
This at all.
One.
Yeah, kill the sheep, Hermione.
No, you gotta get them back and kill them. Are we gonna try and get them home? I mean, the scout can never take the engagement now, so obviously gonna have that faster food, but should get the free sheep back and then minus one more sheep.
Okay. So obviously Hermione is down a boar. Where's it? Hermione's other boar?
I'm thinking the same thing.
What?
Did
she
take
really
it
eat
straight
it
away?
already? Taking the boar, says to Gast. Okay, already eaten it. Okay. They ate it quite early then, I guess.
Must have just like took it insta, or like was worried about the lame and took it quickly, and the other one got lamed anyway. Lol.
So Persians with a quicker working TC and having not got Loom already, although Loom's coming in now, they were just a couple of bills ahead, but now that's evened itself up. And actually, Noel takes the lead in the economy counts with a fishing ship out on the map. No lame, it looks like, for Hermione. But yeah, I love that. I love this fish position for Hermione. She can't drop the fish off the dock with the bills, but fishing ship can work that salmon like it's a fish trap, which would be really nice for Hermione to do there. And then what's the plan, I guess? Noel obviously did get that lame in successfully, but down 3 sheep means that the transition to feudal land food economy will be slightly impaired compared to Hermione, who have a lot of herdables to work throughout early feudal age. And I guess we're going to see archers from Japanese, or will it be a navy?
Good question. I would expect navy from both, but it's actually just to touch on the villagers at the dock. It's actually really nice for Hermione to do that.
Drop them off.
Yeah. You can drop off. Like, you can, and it's just the same as well, like, in comparison to shorefish.
Yes.
We're pushing deers, so like it's actually Hermione should be totally fine. Still got 2 more sheep to pick up, 2 fish for the meantime, and look at the bank of food for Hermione actually. And first up,
well, she spends it all on feudal age upgrade. I got confused with the hunt at the dock. But
if you like pass got onto the fish, then you can afterwards. We'll still keep it.
Yeah. Well, duh. Well, let's see. A minute or so, maybe half a minute, being generous, is the time difference that Hermione has over Noel on the way up to feudal age. But Noel has got 4 more population, which is difference of 5 to 2 fishing ships and 21 to 20 villagers. Neither player with a barracks just yet, but Noel's going to gold, so that makes me think Noel is going to make a navy, and Hermione's going to gold, so she's going to go for a navy as well. And they're both in this same small handle of the cup, or ringer of the bell, whatever it looks like. So I guess we see some fires in play for both.
Looks like it. I guess Noel greeding up to 5 fishing ships because it just got so much more HP and the extra armor is super nice. But man, actually the fish position is super bad for Noel in the southern part. Like, Hermione had that one right on top of the dock, another one like left and right, and Noel had that one patch of fish, and look how far having to go for his second patch. I think there's a second dock coming up in the left-hand side. Okay, both players going for their secondary dock on the left-hand side as well.
Yep, and this is where having full HP on the scout is quite nice for Hermione, because she can just be a nuisance here on Noel's villagers, whereas Noel has not got that same luxury. First fire ship out for Hermione, and Noel's adding one of his own, but again, just has that slight time difference, which can be make all the difference on the water openings, especially. But Japanese fishing ships are very tanky, so I guess Noel isn't going to mind too much, and will definitely have a chance to get his own navy out before his fishing ships die.
Just look at him, it's like barely even does anything.
Yeah.
And then once you have the fire versus fire engagement, you should just be having the fishing ship go for the fire a little bit just to tank some damage. But I don't know if Noel's actually going to do that, and Hermione does actually go backwards to fire, and 3 villagers putting up the dock there, so really trying to force that dock up in the south side.
Yeah. Hermione didn't see the dock from Noel on the northern pond, so this fire ship is kind of aimlessly heading forward to the top of the northern pond. But Noel knows exactly where Hermione's... Oh, it doesn't actually see the dock, but knows there's some presence there. And actually he's going to get a good job in.
Just for a couple of seconds. Does Michael that fishing ship away? Okay, the fire galley's coming over now as well. It's 1 versus 1 up there. Looks like demos being added in the south. It's 2 dogs versus 1 there, so Noel should be in the driver's seat. Yeah,
it looks like it. Demo could change things though. Nice spreading of the fire ships. Got to run back in. Ooh, well, ran in a bit late with that demo ship. Let's see though. 3 fires to 2 is going to be really bad news for Hermione. And actually targeting them higher HP fire galley there. So this opening on the water is proving quite ugly for Hermione. Noel with not superior micro by any means, I think. It's just the macro has been so much better. Despite being up later, look at the situation we find ourselves in now. Both ponds, I would say, Noel is equal or winning on, and there's no land compensation for Hermione.
Noel's in control, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't have any farms down yet either, just making our way through the sheep. Only 1 left now. Farms getting dropped from Noel. Got horse collar already. Had the extra food from the fish as well, of course. He even has a villager out here repairing the ships, which I kind of like touch on. And maybe going out towards the left-hand side as well. Or what's this villager going to do, Walt?
Where are we
Another
looking
dock?
Here? Which bill are we talking about?
It's just going to build a house.
Oh yeah,
On the gold area, yeah. Yeah, and these gold vills are horrible, as Fanji's pointed out.
Yeah, that's horrendous.
That is disgusting.
Ooh, yeah, Noel about to go to Castle Age. The demo's coming in on the fishing ships for Noel, but it's a little bit too late, because the fish isn't so much of a deal now, honestly.
I mean, look at the difference in the res collected, like the damage has been done.
Oh, yeah, exactly. The damage has been done. That's exactly the way to put it. And this sort of small southern pond is now mainly going to be used for map control, securing the shortest way across to your opponent's base, which Noel absolutely has, and doesn't need to fish in it at all. So, okay, but to be fair, Hermione is about to pick Castle Age herself, and Noel's macro is slightly slipping now. He hasn't got either of his up buildings. Hermione will discover now when she tries to pick up that she only has one of hers, which is the market, so she can use that a bit, but we'll just need to make a blacksmith. There we go. And I think Hermione will pick up at the same time as Noel when all's said and done. He's making his blacksmith and market, and Hermione's making her buildings too, so up time similar from both. And I think for the Persians paradox, we need to see some land play because the navy is completely in Noel's favor right now.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what we're going to see because we're actually seeing Hermione go to stone.
Ooh.
So that kind of tells me they actually want to double down on the water kind of aspect.
With a castle secure docks.
Secure dogs, you can stonewall your eco.
Again,
Stone villagers also need to migrate. The gold
Yeah.
ones somewhat did.
yeah, true.
Somewhat.
Somewhat.
And Noel's eco home's also looking a little bit off. Villagers and the berries was a bit oversaturated. There's now 7 are completely idle there. That lumber camp in the middle. Bro, for Japanese, man. Making a lumber camp. What are we doing? There we go.
Oh my goodness, yeah. That is horrendous. Okay. And Noel just content to slowly trickle in some fire ships, has the 3 fish traps added on that southern lake or pond. But yeah, nothing else really needed there. And I think Noel's game plan is very much just ride the wave and wait and see what happens. Japanese are very, very strong, sort of very like late game with the Yasama towers, halberdiers, faster attacking halberdiers. Arbalest, of course, are very strong, and the cav archers as well could be a play for them. But yeah, nothing to worry about in Imperial Age Japanese, so no need to rush. But having said that, here we go. It's actually going to be Siege Monk push from Japanese, so never mind.
And Persians, despite having double, excuse me, double HP on the TC, Siege Monk forward is going to be a tricky one for Persians to deal with. Although Hermione is on the stone already, and probably Noel isn't even going to expect that. So Noel could potentially shut this down very quickly with a castle, and as long as they kind of like wall off the edges quite convincingly as well. But no one expects Hermione to be so heavily on stone. There's no way.
No. And both players have War Galley upgrade coming in. It's the classic situation of the flag on the dock. Who knows what it means? And here it comes. Noel does now see that was 3 fire ships garrisoned inside there, so has to run away with his fire galleys, which are about to upgrade in 4 seconds' time. And Hermione is very, very close now to her castle that she was mining the stone for. Mangonel does make things a bit more complicated. Hermione didn't see the Siege Workshop and Monastery, but with a monk and a mangonel in the field. Oh, I don't like this castle. I don't like it. It's actually not protecting anything.
I mean, it is gonna stop, but it is gonna like stop this push coming right for your base, right?
Yes, but I think it could be 2 tiles further forward, not be denied, and protect it.
Nah, I
easier.
wouldn't risk that.
Okay.
Like, there's two mangonels out already, right? And like, I don't think you want to lose any villagers going down.
But the villages on the far side of the castle can't be hit if you build it further forward still. Maybe I'm wrong. But the monks, I guess, could convert.
I'm not too sure.
The TC
Feel
will
like-
die though. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, it could easily get fletching as well though, and Hermione is going to get fletched.
Okay, yeah, let's see. Yeah. Okay, maybe fetching will
And
come.
it's like a Persian TC. Like it's taken an age to go down.
Okay, fletching comes in. Okay, yeah. Fletching ranges the mangonels, so that's absolutely fine. That was what I was worried about. Okay, that's good. That's really good. So Hermione has secured her base. Obviously, the army numbers are heavily in favor of Noel, but that is mostly navy. There's some smattering of mangonels and monks mixed in there, but it's mostly navy, so it's a bit misleading. And even the land army isn't actually all that threatening because Hermione has that castle up, and that has just put the brakes on Noel's push, and he recognizes that and says, okay, then I'll build a third PC and carry on booming.
Yeah, so both players on multiple TCs now are on the way to do so. Just a big difference in the game so far is the massive amount of military for Noel. I guess we just rotate around to the left-hand side here and then start pressuring the gold. Tower's coming in now from Hermione.
I guess feels like it's necessary because of those mangonels, but it's going to need a guard tower, right, to really put off those mangonels from doing damage.
Do you know another reason why I think it's Aten?
Why?
Aten has been super critical of Hermione's gameplay tonight.
Oof. Well, this is something to be critical of, perhaps, because this castle, this tower, sorry,
Goes
went
down.
down quicker than it went up.
Yeah, it really did. And now we have kind of like some copium house walls behind. We do have the siege workshop as well. A couple of stables now.
It's getting a bit scary. Siege Monk, obviously a very, very strong combination in Castle Age. The mangonels do lowest damage to buildings, and monks convert any units which might try and stop the mangonels from doing the damage. And in fact, we've got Redemption teched, Imperial Age teched, of course, as well. So Hermione knows that a good answer for this push is Light Cav. She's got 2 stables, and Light Cav are being pumped out, but is it going to be too little too late? And she's nowhere near Imperial Age. She's investing food, which she needs to get up Imperial Age, on Light Cav. So at best, she stalls this push. But when she stalls it, she's just going to realize that Noel's up to Imp and have nothing left to do, and deletes the Siege Workshop. This is the power of redemption. Just deletes that Siege Workshop, and that gives Noel the chance to push forward. And 2 Light Cav isn't going to be enough. Hermione needs to get those numbers out ASAP, but I doubt Noel's going to just sit back and let her do so.
Yeah, I mean, Noel's got the stone coming in for the castle now, right? We're only 100 off, so I'm expecting just forward castle. Probably next to... do you go for the... I think you do go for where the monastery and the siege shop is, and just push right for the gut. You could place a castle on the left-hand side and still have a bit of a push point. I think you just place it nice and safe there, so the mangonels are going to get taken out. Okay, where's the castle going to go? Okay, it's going to use, like, the left-hand side a little bit and protect the gold. That makes sense. It still gives you a push point onto the castle and won't be as easy for Hermione to kind of escape over to the left-hand side there.
Yeah, if you look at the active vision on the map, you see this little sneak that Hermione's got on the right-hand side. For Hermione, sorry. You see the little sneak that Hermione's got on the right-hand side. Her base is lit up, but then before she sent these scouts forward, there was absolutely nothing. And if you change it over to Noel, he's got the navy patrolling around. He's got the southern pond full of barracks, siege workshops, the pikemen. He's just way more in control of this game, and Imp coming in will just solidify that even more so. Hermione follows him up, and the Persians get that slightly quicker age up time, which will help her out here, because we're going to be in a trip situation, and these light cav could be a real thorn in the side for Noel, as the castle obviously
Pikeman chilling.
Pikeman just chilling. Yeah. They need to get their sticks in a row here, because that castle is delayed significantly, which gives Hermione a great chance to treb this one back before Noel's own trebs are out on the field.
And it is 2 castles versus 1. Masonry coming for Hermione now, okay. Someone's been watching the memes. You can see ranges coming up in the back from Hermione as well. I would be expecting hand cannon.
Double uni from Hermione. Ooh, Parthian tactics. Wow.
Okay, it's that.
Is this Aston confirmed?
Yep, 100%.
Oh, wait, actually. Oh, wait. Persians get gold from killing units with cav archers.
Yeah.
In the new patch.
I don't think it's going to play too much of a difference here at this moment.
Okay.
I feel like Persian CA is kind of copium and Imperial.
Well, we need to see some units on the field. Hermione has teched Parthian tactics, but where's the production?
Maybe it was
a like so far.
Was it a misclick? What's going on?
Well, we got leather archer armor coming in, but no units out. What is Hermione's army choice here?
No chemistry either.
Okay, here's the cav
Okay,
archers.
actually making CA.
Okay, husbandry as well, so it is going to be full commit into CA, and well, obviously the CA are quite good against halberdiers, but
no
in a
bracers,
funny sort of way. No bracer is big copium.
No bracer is complete copium.
Oh, the cannon galleon doing a great job of taking out those trebuchets. I don't really like this for Hermione, because the cannon galleon's just destroying those trebuchets, and the repairs are really good from Noel on the castle. The Trebs now have to switch targets and do manage to get a hit off on that first cannon galleon, and fast fire ship pecked in for Hermione behind, but the repairs are so under committal from Hermione on the repairs to that castle. Only 4 vills repairing, and that castle does fall, and now guess what? The second castle will fall as well. So Hermione is building up the cav numbers behind, massively pop capped, and Noel has a huge army of halbs, and this reminds me, Paradox, of the last game where we saw Halb Treb win the game for Noel Gallagher.
I love the cannon galleon edition so much. Like, okay, I don't get BBC. I have the middle, I have the water control anyway. I'm just gonna make cannon galleons, and castle's going down so easily. Hermione's been buying time. And what has Hermione been buying time for? Look at 14 Persian CA.
I know, it's not pretty, is it? And she's pop capped. She's
Doesn't look good, Bob.
massively pop capped. Also, by the way, Paradox, look at Noel's stonewall on the right hand side. I love that. Just in case there was any raiding potential. That's pretty much snuffed out. The CA are there. They're not heavy CA, by the way. They're just cav archers. And they haven't got bracer because they're versions. So the conversions come in. Doing a good job might bring those against the pikemen. And Hermione, though, does say GG and GL next. Noel follows up with a GG of his own.
What was the monk micro like there? Let's have a quick look. Okay, they were all targeted on other things. Yeah, GG. Well done to Noel in the end.
Yeah.
And commiserations to Atten.
So you think that's Atten?
I feel way more confident I was a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. Liam's more of a troll.
Okay. To be honest, Paradox, I'm reading a lot into Hi Boo.
That is very, very Atten.
The only reason you would say that is if you are Atten or you're trying to impersonate Atten.
God.
Like, that is a very Atten thing to say. And well, the proof will be in the pudding of whether they actually predicted they were against Boo. Because if they did predict that, I think it would definitely be Atten.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's Boo. I actually don't think it is Boo.
Yeah, and I think the draft looks very Attenish, and if I'm going to say it's not Boo, I think Dave is probably the next best shout.
Dave is a great shout for Noel.
Yeah. And he's even got, so he got a spare 7, he's even picked up Malay at the very end. It's very Dave.
Ooh, Defo Boo says Steak, and Ted says everyone's Atten. Ooh. So the players are watching.
No, not everyone is Atten. Not everyone is Atten.
We have had 2 Attens in 3 days.
No. Atten's not even this year's good guy. Good guy was, who knows what good guy. But this is definitely Atten, guys. I'm not going to talk about Atten again.
Okay. Remember, guys, if you are interested in doing the prediction competition, well, actually, even if you're not interested, do it anyway, because it would be really good to have your guesses. You can submit those at any time, and obviously we still have 5 of the 8 round of 16 games to play. But yeah, mark up those cards with who you think is who, and at the end of this week we'll have seen 1 game from all the competitors, so you'll have at least some data to go on. And as the tournament goes on, you'll get more and more of a clear idea. And as long as you submit that guess before the reveal video, which will be shown after the final, you are eligible for the prize for getting the most correct guesses. So the prediction after round 1.
It's gonna be me.
It's gonna be you, yeah. You have some insider info though, Paradox. Not sure it's fair.
What? What do you mean?
Well, you have access to the scheduling channels.
The scheduling will all be made public. The scheduling will all be made public before the final, so people don't need to worry about that. It will be equal. Good. It will be an equal playing field.
Good.
It's the same thing we done last year. So everyone will get a chance to look.
I feel so bad about my breakfast comments. Never mind. Sorry, breakfast. I really feel bad about that.
What do you mean I'm not eligible? I don't even know who anybody is. What are you talking about?
I think you're eligible. I think you're eligible, but you do have a bit of an advantage. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't.
Because I have a bigger brain?
Yeah, you have a bigger brain, so it's unfair on everyone else.
Everyone's gonna get to see the schedule. It's not unfair.
Okay. Guys, Pixel has been pulling my jumper down this entire time, and it's really made my back hurt. What have the timing and momentum? Yes, oh no. Well, okay. Whoever Hermione is, at least, unlike Adele, unlike Liam, she has got a game off her opponent. For the first time in the main event so far we've seen. It's 3-1 to Noel. And he does move on to the next round, and he is up against Brum, who looks like a very formidable foe. Noel, if it is Dave, is going to be a great player, obviously. And Brum, I think, will be someone of his caliber to match up against him. I'm assuming Dave was watching, or whoever it was is watching that set between Adele and Brum, and will have formed their own opinion on who Brum is.
Steak versus Dave, then. Yeah.
Steak versus Dave. Yeah, we were thinking Steak or Hallis was a good candidate for Brum. Obviously, last year's final was Darvoy versus Dave, and Dave is a really quality player. So if that
we haven't
does
solved
happen in the
their vote
quarters, that'd be huge.
We have not solved their vote yet.
Not seen Darvoy? Okay.
No, wait.
Well, so last year Darvoy made no attempt to disguise his identity, right? Maybe this year he will.
I wouldn't say no attempt, but it was certainly more obvious.
Okay.
I am on.
I wonder if he will get it to win it. Pixel, can you get out of there, please? Yeah, I wonder if Darvoy will try and lean more into the hiddenness, but I suppose like if you're in it to win it, you're gonna play your best Age of Empires, which is your style. You're not gonna try and impersonate someone else. Okay.
Probably not. No, if you're in it to win it, it's probably a bad idea.
What were the APMs actually for that one?
There
46 for Hermione, 50 for Noel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Checks out with the guesses for tonight.
Okay. So, thanks everyone for that, for watching, and thanks for the subs and stuff along the way. I need to figure out how to see the event log, because I can't see that. I just see the chat, and I have to squint at my screen to see what the alert notification says. So just need to figure out that one. But yeah, it's really, really enjoyable so far, and we still have 5 sets left of the round of 16. Tomorrow, Friday, we'll have 1, and the weekend we'll have the remaining 4. So yeah, bring on Friday indeed, breakfast. Bring on Friday indeed. And yeah, Paradox, I'm not sure what your schedule is, but we'll confirm that later on off stream. And yeah, looking forward to it. Any last words?
Friday night casting. Friday night casting, my goodness.
Yeah. GG's. Yeah, GG's. Very good set again. All the sets have been really high quality, I think, so far. Which is what happens when you bring almost a sort of roughly top 16 players in the UK into one bracket together, right? You're going to get some good games. Yeah, okay, thanks everyone. I'll end the stream there and see you all tomorrow at the same time as we continue our run in the round of 16 of GB Hidden Cup 2. Bye bye.
Goodbye.